a huge embarrassment for Meghan Markle. Before we discuss that, I want to play these videos first.
There were staff in the royal household who were complaining about the way Harry and Meghan were treating them. Nothing they did for them was ever right, and that there was always a massive inquest after every royal engagement that they did. Why did we do this? Why did you say that? They've lost the public support over here. The US media has got bored with them continually moaning about the way they've been treated. And
so basically, this person, he is talking about how Meghan and Harry, they rip apart royal stuff. Nothing was ever right, and there was always an inquest. And again, this is coming from an expert who knows inside stories. Few things you have to understand. Actually, two things. Number one, Meghan and Harry, they were still getting all the perks from the monarchy because at that time they were senior working royal member. Even after getting all of the good things, the security, the medical treatments, and you name it, everything, they didn't even have to ask. It was just given to them. Even after all of this, they were not happy with the staffers. They were frustrated. They were misbehaving. They were angry. They were totally unhappy with the arrangement. So if you have anything in your mind saying that, you know what, maybe perhaps Meghan and Harry, they will be happy if they have this, if they have that, if they have this. But you'll be totally wrong, because nobody can live, if there is a perfect life, it will be living with the monarchy, because you do not have to stress over money. You do not have to stress over anything, food, nothing. Everything is just given to you. So Meghan and Harry, they can never be happy, because when they were supposed to be the happiest, they were not. Number two reason you have to understand here is that Meghan and Harry, they are always going to be showing their true color at the end. So eventually, when you work with Meghan and Harry, you will realize that it is impossible really to work with them, because they are vicious. Maybe in the beginning they will be happy, they will be having a smiley face, but as you deal with them more and more, then their true color will come out. And this is why perhaps I believe Spotify, at one point they were so frustrated that Bill Simmons, the executive from Spotify, he labeled Meghan and Harry as grifters. Now, when somebody is labeling them as a grifter, it is not because they want free stuff and all those things, but also because they are not happy with the staffer. They're not happy with the arrangement. So, for example, when Spotify was doing the podcast with Meghan Markle, she was never happy with the setup. She wanted to do this, even though Spotify don't do this. She wanted to do that. Spotify said to her, no, bring the royal family members on your podcast. It will cut it. It will become more popular. People will tune in. But Meghan Markle was like, no, I'm not going to be doing it. So misbehave, bad behavior and angry, getting angry at people is something that is very much of a hallmark of Meghan and Harry when they deal with other people. Now, when I said, there is a big embarrassment going on, what do I mean by that? Basically, if you do not know, there is this Lemonada podcast that got cancelled, and I have said the reason it got cancelled because Lemonada did not see any profit in it. In fact, they are now trying to save their face because they do not want to get Markles. Anybody who is associated with Meghan Markle will get Markles. And it could also be, as I said in my point number one, that Lemonada is getting bullied by Meghan Markle. She is probably demanding Lemonada to do this, do that, just like she did with Spotify. But that is really not the actual reason why I now think this podcast was cancelled. So what really happened is something I want to discuss with you. But before I do that, just to remind you, most of my viewers are not subscribed. If you're one of them, consider subscribing. Now, let's take a look at this particular report. So basically, in this report, it basically said that nobody is interested to come for the podcast. So not interested. Meghan Markle's new podcast finds a trove of A-listers who suddenly have diaries filled. In other words, people like Serena Williams, people like Paris Hilton, people like Mariah Carey, all of these people, when Meghan is trying to reach out to them and invite them to her podcast, because that's how the podcast will get popularity, because those people are popular, these people are saying, thanks but no thanks, we are busy, sorry Meghan, we cannot come over. This is the exact situation that happened when Meghan wanted Paris Hilton to come to her Spotify podcast. If you do not know, I should tell you. She was groveling to Paris Hilton, and at one point she was like demanding Paris Hilton that you have to come. When she sent a request to Paris Hilton, she said, no, I cannot come. I am not a podcaster. Sorry, Meghan. But then at one point, Meghan was bullying her. Meghan was demanding that you come to my podcast. So eventually we have seen Paris Hilton doing the podcast. Another reason why these A-listers would not come to her, in addition to how she handles them, how she behaves with them, is the second factor, which is that Meghan Markle, when they come over to Meghan's podcast, they don't get to say what they want to say. They get to say what Meghan wants them to say. And therefore, they see absolutely no reason why they should be coming over for the podcast. And also, we have seen the podcast that she did with Spotify. They failed miserably. Every single time, every single episode of that podcast was mocked. And these people, these celebrities, Hollywood A-listers and famous people, they do not want to be part of this joke. They do not want to be part of this mockery. Now, let's take a read a little bit here, then you know what I'm talking about. Meghan Markle's new podcast is reportedly, quote, in production, but the Duchess of Sussex is struggling to attract big-name talent to her second Talkfest outing. In response to this development and allegedly, quote-unquote, other factors, the venture with Lemonada Media has been pushed back. I call it getting cancelled. Some people disagree with me. That's totally fine. Look, they do not want to push it back. If everything was going smoothly, if they had A-listers, lining up to talk to Meghan Markle in the Lemonada podcast, they would not have cancelled it. The reason they have pushed back, cancel, is because nobody wants to come to the podcast. They are afraid that her new lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, and her new Netflix series could conflict with the promotion that they really do. They would really like to go into this new podcasting venture. Royal expert Kinsey Schofield told an outlet. But here is the thing. There is, I would suspect, not a lot of money on the line here, or there would be pressure and bigger expectations for Meghan to execute this, she added, when highlighting one of the project's many differences with the ultra-lucrative Spotify failure. Schofield continued, we saw that with Spotify there was a countdown clock. When they got only 13 episodes out of the Sussexes, they gave them the shop. There are sources telling the Daily Mail that Meghan has a list of very high-profile guests scheduled to participate in her new podcast, but does she? Again, these are all PR stuff, propaganda from Meghan Markle that, yeah, we have scheduled these people, that people, they're coming over. I'm excited. Meghan Markle she did say that this is something she is so passionate about. She wants to talk and she loves podcasting and all those things. But now all of a sudden, with all of this PR, we are seeing no result. Exactly same thing with Spotify. She made a big deal out of it. Oh, Spotify, this podcast, you get to see me unfiltered and this and that. But then what happened? She could not deliver. So same thing, making big buzz, making big noise, and then at the end, failing miserably. The entertainment expert then observed, quote, very high-profile guests usually have their diaries filled months in advance, before sharply criticizing the ex-working royal by quipping, quote, Meghan should know she used to be that high profile. Well, Meghan is never high profile. Meghan is absolutely a beggar now. She's groveling to so many people. Lemonada is an audio-first podcasting company, so Meghan won't get all the bells and whistles that Spotify offered. Of course, this is a downgraded version of Spotify. Lemonada is way down the line when comparing to Spotify. But regardless of what it is, Meghan Markle has failed miserably to attract anybody to come to her podcast and be part of it. And therefore, now we are saying that they are doing this pushback. No, this is not a pushback. This is cancel. You will not hear Lemonada anymore at all, because it's just a shame. It's a big embarrassment, big failure, something that failed even before it got started. What a pity. I have some comments here. Mimi, Chantal, Martin, Missy, thank you guys. Juju, Chantal, Three Purse, Missy, Tosca, thank you guys for your comments. Vala, Caroline, I have Patricia, Berry. Patricia, thank you so much for your membership to our channel. Sharon, I have Donaline, thank you guys. If you have any more comment, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.